Hello guys, here I'm back with your online tutorials for your sessions. Now we're gonna do everything online till the time we get any earnings from Pearl Academy. So this is a video to explain and to revamp what all you learned previously in your semesters about making technical flats. I have also introduced you this in my last session that we had last week. So today what I'm going to show you is how to make technical flat sketches and how to make brushes and how to utilize brushes and how to make symbols and how to utilize symbols. When I say this, brushes and symbols, which means I'm going to talk about creating buttons, zippers, stitch lines, sequence, whatever the thing you want to make. So now I have here a A4 document on an Illustrator. This is a template which I'll be sharing with you all on my YouTube link. You can download it from there. Now what I'm going to do is I placed this template here on the layer and I have logged it. You can see this is blue. I have logged it here and I made a new layer on top of it on which I'll be working. And now I'm gonna make first all the stitch lines so that it's very easy when I make flat sketches and apply them. So starting with normal stitch lines, if you see, if I make a straight line and if I want to make a normal stitch lines, it's gonna look like I select the stroke, I go to stroke, sorry, I select the part, I go to stroke, then I do dashed lines where I say 1 point and 1 point, or let's say 3, 2 and 2. It's gonna look like this. Now this is also known as single needle stitch. It shows how a single needle stitches or how it looks on the garment. Now this is called a single needle stitch. What if you want to have a double needle stitch? So I'm gonna duplicate this and I'm gonna make it look like this. But the thing is, it's always gonna be 2 strokes or 2 paths. That is always gonna be in your flat sketches. But to ease this, what we can do is we can also take a help of brushes. So what I'm gonna do is I will make a line segment, let's say. So before that, make sure you go to view, rulers, show rulers is on, your smart guides are on, and go to windows. You have your layers on, you have your properties on, and you have your brushes on and your symbols on. So symbols, brushes, and everything is on. So now I'm gonna make a line segment. Let's say I'm gonna make, let's be very precise. I'll double click here. I'll make 4 point, and I'm gonna select that, remove the dash strokes so that it's like this. I can select the stroke again. I can make it as a round cap. See the difference? A round, or if I do this thing, I'm happy with round, and I'm gonna click the corner as also round. And then I'm going to duplicate this, let's say till here. This 2 distance of stitch lines is enough for me. Now I'm going to drag this into brushes panel. Once you go to windows and you select brushes, you're going to get this panel here. I will drag this directly into brush panel and select pattern brush, or I can do is select this stitch lines and go to create a new brush. I'll get the same dialog box and I select pattern brush, click OK. You will get a dialog box here. Now see, it's nothing, it's just you setting the spacing to 50%. That's it. I dragged these 2 stitch lines into brush panels and then I selected pattern brush, and in the pattern brush I've just did the spacing to 50% and just click OK, which means if I duplicate a line, if I apply this, you will get a stroke, which means it's going to look something like this. Sorry, I'll remove the stroke first of all, and then I apply this. So you get the same effect of double stitch lines in your single stroke. So I make a line and just click on this, so it becomes the double needle stitch line. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn how to make zigzag stitch lines. So what I can do is I can make a pen tool and I can just create a triangle like this, Select this, drag into this, create pattern, okay, okay. Now see if I duplicate this and apply this brush, this is how it's going to look. Now at times in your t-shirts or something on your hemlines, you might see a zigzag stitch lines. So this is what it looks like exactly. Now I'm going to also will do cover stitch. To make a cover stitch, you can simply make a 4-point line, or let's say I extend this. I duplicate this and then I make something like this and select all of this, go to stroke, round cap, corners. So let's say I'll just fine tune this and select this, drag it into a brush panel, pattern brush, okay, click OK, duplicate this and then apply your cover stitch. So you have a cover stitch which is going on right now. So see, this is how it becomes very easy to make every stitch lines. I'm gonna show you how to make a zipper now. So let's start by making normal zippers. So you've seen a metal teeth zipper, so I'm gonna make rectangles. I'm gonna make the cap to not rounded, which looks like this. I'll decrease the stroke 0.5 or 0.25. I'll just keep 0.25 for now, and I'll duplicate this and we'll keep it at the half, which is, I would say, something like this. Yeah. Select this too, drag it into this, say pattern brush, and just click OK, and just OK. If I duplicate this and apply my zipper brush, this is going to look like a zipper teeth, which is, I would say, a metal zipper. Now to make something look like a plastic zipper, what I needed to do is, now this is something I did with some trial and error method. So I'll double click on my rectangle tool and I'll set a height of 2.2 point and width as 2.2 point and height as 1.8, and just click OK. Stroke, I will say it as 0.25. I'll zoom in so that you know what exactly we're doing. And then next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make an ellipse. From ellipse tool, double click, and I'm gonna say my ellipse tool width is 1.5 point and my height is 0.75, and click OK. So stroke is 0.25 and the height and width is 0.75 and width is 0.15. I'm gonna keep it at my center. I'm gonna duplicate this. Again, I'm gonna keep it at my center, and I'm gonna keep this also at my center. Now if you see, we have these three things in common now. We selected everything. I'll just go to view. I'll just see my outline view. And if I go to outline, if you see there's a lot of gaps here. Try not to have gaps. So I'll just ungroup this. Make sure they intersect. Same I will do with this. Yeah, now go to view, GPU preview again. So we are back. Now select all of this, then go to Pathfinder and then just delete by pressing Alt all the edges and merge all of this. And then what you have here is, I will say, when I fill it with white. So this is what we got now. This is something to do with plastic zipper teeth that we always usually see. And if I duplicate this and then I go to properties, flip them, and then I keep it here it's gonna perfectly match. Yeah. So this is how my zipper teeth is gonna look. Now once this is done, what I can do is I can double click on the colors, fill color, and from the CMYK I just do 50% and just click OK, which means it's 50% gray. I'll tell you the reason why doing gray, because we can color the zipper teeth also. Now you see that we have this zippers teeth, which I'm gonna create a repeat pattern. Pull a ruler from here, pull a guideline from the ruler again. Yeah. So the two guidelines are showing me the repeat file of the zipper teeth. I'm gonna create a rectangle, which is gonna be like this, and it has no stroke, no fill, and right click and just arrange send to back. So I have this whole thing selected. I'll remove the guides because I don't want them to disturb. To select the guide and delete them. Select all of this, drag this into brush panel, say pattern brush, click OK, and just say OK. So now we have a zipper which looks like a plastic teeth. If I apply this, you get this. Now, the problem here is why I did gray, because I can change the color of the zipper. So to do that, what I can do is I'll go to the brush panel editor. Now in this, I'm not gonna fiddle with anything, just gonna do this as none. The first part I'm gonna do none. And on the colorization panel, I'm gonna go to method and I'm gonna say tints and shades and just say OK. Apply to strokes. Now when I say that, if I change my colors to any color from the picker, the color can change, like the zipper color can change according to the color that I want. So this is the original T and this is a repeat. So this is how you make a zipper, normal metal zipper and a normal plastic tooth zipper. I can do the same with this metal zipper also. I can duplicate this, fill this with gray, go to color fill, and let's say I do 50% gray, and rest all I'm gonna do 0 CMYK and click OK. Yeah, so we have this. I can go to brush panel again, drag this into the panels pattern brush. OK. Go to colorization, tints and shades. Just click OK. Duplicate this here. Apply this new one. Change the stroke. You don't change the fill. Whenever you apply colors in the brushes, you always change the stroke, because whatever we create in brushes panel, they are strokes, not fills. Double click here, select whatever color you want, and there you go. You have your zippers which are colored to whatever color that you want. I'm just making them. So this is how you create a normal zippers. So next I'm gonna make a lace brush where we can have laces, and it's in a repeat. I can place it on my hemline, neckline, sleeves, wherever I want. So to do that, what I can do is I can go to Google and I can just write, say, lace seamless pattern, and I search, and then you get let's say I'm gonna have something like a border, not exactly an all over. So let's see whichever I like, whatever I like. Let's see. Okay, let's see this. Let's go to search settings and take a high resolution. Tools, size large, and say lace border, actually, not seamless. Yeah, perfect. And then I select, let's say I like this, which is happening here. I double click, I open the image in new tab. Oh, this window is, let's say I take this. Yeah, open the image in new tab, You have it here. Copy image, go to Photoshop, create new. I just copied my image, so I'll just create it, paste it here, and with my help of a ruler in Photoshop, I'm gonna find the exact half, or I would say repeat of this particular lace. I'm not worried about my watermark. So this is what I have. So I just select this much part, Control J, duplicating it. So this is a repeat file of what I exactly want. I can go to eraser, magic eraser, and remove the whites. Okay, and now if I just simply click it and drag it into Illustrator, this is how it's gonna look. I'll keep it on the sides. Now this is an image. So what I can do is I can just click image trace on top. So once my image tracing is done, I can remove the whites by selecting my magic wand. So once the image is traced, click that and select expand. After this, I can ungroup this. I can select my magic wand, select all the whites and just say delete. So what I'm left out is only the outlines. Now I'm gonna scale it down. So I'm gonna scale it down by holding shift so that I don't have a bigger lace. It's gonna create a little system slowdown. So I'm happy with this lace. I'll select the whole lace, group them, go to your brush panel, drag it into a brush, see pattern brush, click OK, yep, OK, and once, sorry, and I'm just gonna duplicate a stroke line and I'm gonna apply my lace. So if you see, there's this lace which has been applied now all over. So I have a seamless lace pattern also. Now you can use the same technique by finding out the seamless patterns and I can create endless number of detailings. So I'm gonna stop here for brushes panel and how to use stitch lines. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this template and let's say I'm gonna create a flats. I'm gonna only make front because back it's easy. So I'm gonna go to Google. I'll go to essence.com. It's SSENSE.com. In that women's section, I just selected women's. I'm gonna see which I'm gonna replicate in terms of flats so that I can practice. So I'm gonna go with a little bit of detailings. I think I like this. I'll select this because it has pockets, it has buttons. It's it's like a shirt, short sleeve shirt, and I'm gonna say open image in new tab. Copy this and Illustrator just paste this. So you have one for your reference. Now if you see carefully, there's a lot of stitch lines on the pockets. You can see on the sleeves, armholes, sleeves, hemlines, plackets, there's buttons. So a lot of detailings in on I would say a simple shirt. So let's make this shirt here. So I'm gonna use my template here. I'm gonna create half. So first I'll make a guideline at the center. Let's say like this. And there's a collar, right? There's a button. It's a shirt collar. So let's make it. So I'm gonna make with my pen tool. So basically I'm gonna make a collar first, which looks like this. Yeah. So let's increase the stroke. My stroke color is purple. I'll change it into black for now. Yeah, looks perfect. Okay, so I've done this. I'm gonna make another block here, which is gonna look like this, and I'm holding shift. So if you see the proportions, it is coming till her wrist, above a little wrist, and you know the wrist is here. So if her wrist is like this, it is, so this is where the wrist is, right? So the wrist is here, so it's gonna complete somewhere here. So I can have the same measurements here. So I'll make my shirt length. I'm just making the block. and I'm making my armhole. There you go. Now I'm not gonna look at my hemlines right now. I can later stylize it. I'm just looking at the blocks. So if you see, this is separate and this is separate because we can color them separately. We can fill them with patterns separately. Now I'm gonna develop my. I'm gonna make my sleeves. It's a short sleeve. So what I'm gonna do is observe very carefully. I'll select the block which has the armhole, and if you see, there is this one anchor point here, one anchor point here. There is no other anchor points in between. So I'm going to pen tool, add anchor point. I'm going to add an anchor point here. Select my direct path selection tool. Select on that anchor. Other two are white, only this is red. Select that anchor. Go to edit, copy, edit, paste in front. Which means now I have only copied the armhole curve. Can you see? Yeah. Now right click on the same curve and say join. So the whole curve, armhole curve is joined. It's joined from top to bottom automatically when I say right click and join. Now I'm going to add two anchor points for my sleeve ends and select that two anchor points by holding shift, and if I drag it, I get my sleeves. Now I'm going to click it here and I can. Now let's see the length. It's on the knee, sorry, on the elbow, not the knee, on the elbow. So exactly half. So I think this is much more decent, I would say. Yeah, and if you see, it's a little oversized. See the flare? It's not fitted. So it's gonna be more like this, and it's gonna be very flat. Yeah. So I'm happy with this. So I make the basic now. So there's pockets also. So pockets are like square pockets with a flap on top of it. So let's make pockets. I'll make a simple square, and let's see how exactly it is. It's on the bust. So you see the bust here on the template. Yeah, and I'm gonna duplicate this again, and I'm gonna make a short for my flag, and I'll keep it. There you are. Yep. Now there's a placket. So I will have to hold shift both the shapes of pockets and just make it little. Let me shrink it so that I can fit in my placket. Yeah, this looks cool. I'm not gonna make placket now. Let's first reflect this and make the plackets. So I'm happy with this. Select all of this. Go to your reflect tool into inside your rotation roller tool. You have your smart guides on, so you'll see path. Hold and click alt and click on the path. Vertical preview, yes, copy. So you have a copy made now. um, Looking at the hemline, I think first I'll just not do the reflection now. I'll first edit the half and then I'll reflect. So I'll also make the back part here. So I'll select my pen tool and I'm going to create my back. Just like that. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. And I'm going to create this sleeve hem. It is on its folded hem. So let's create that thing. So I'm selecting my line segment tool, click and drag it till wherever you want. Done. Yeah, perfect. I'm gonna shape the hemline. If you see, it's more of straight and then it curves up. So I'm gonna shape my hemline. So I will add a anchor point here till where I want the curve to be, and then I'll select this anchor point, get it here, and select that particular anchor point which you want to curve, and say convert selected anchor point to smooth. And when I see this, see now it is all smooth. Now I'm gonna make it a little straight. It has to be straight from here and little curvy from this part. So I'm holding alt to curve it a bit. This looks decent. Yep, perfect. And there's a stitch line here, so you know what to do. So if you remember this is the anchor point which supports this curve plus this whole line. So I will only select that anchor point, Control C, Control F to just copy the hemline. I will move above with my arrow marks, select my direct path selection tool and just alter it and That is my one stitch line. Let's see on the sleeves. Okay, I'll give a stitch line here also. There would be a stitch line on the armhole. Yes, so we have to copy the armhole path again. Select the anchor point, Control C, Control F, move aside, and just hold it and just tweak it a little bit so that it becomes like a stitch line detail. I'm a little not happy with my pockets. I'm going to shrink them. Yeah, now this looks decent. Yep, perfect. Little alteration is needed for this. Yep. So you have all your stitch lines here. See, I can select this path and I can put double needle, or I can just put dotted lines by going to stroke, dash lines. There you go. And I can increase the width of 1 point. Yeah, looks decent enough. I hold every stitch line, select the eyedropper from here, click on the stitch line so it copies the properties. Go to white arrow, select the stitch lines, select I, and just click on this so that it copies. Same I'll do with the pockets. Now if you see the pockets, the stitch lines are like this and pocket is having stitch line like this. So select this box. What I can do is I can create an offset. So go to object, path, offset path, and preview, and offset I want it to be inside. Yeah, this much is fine. Click OK and select eyedropper, switch on the stitch lines. There you go. Same I'll do with box, the pocket, big pocket, not the flap, the big pocket. Go to object, path, offset path, preview, OK, eyedropper, select the stitch lines. That's it. Now I'm gonna delete this because we don't want it to overlap, because we have already a stitch line on the flap, so which means you can see that this line is going on top. So I'll place an anchor point till this point and this point, and select delete anchor point. I'm going to delete all of this. That's it. And I will keep a anchor point in the middle of this two, sorry, on the path, and just select that anchor point and just press delete. So there you go, it's separate and this is separate. Same I'll do with collar also. Select the collar. You can either use pen tool or line tool or offset, whatever is fine. I'm just going to use pen tool. So I'll just create my stitch lines. Sorry. So let's say I'm going to create a stitch line like this. And then use my direct path selection tool to set this. Now when you use pen tool and you click directly on the path like this, let's say if I select this and I say pen tool and like this, it's gonna add a anchor point there. It's not gonna make it. If you see, it's adding it, it's not continuing it. So it's always better to make it from outside and then use your normal white arrow and just drag it and resize it to the size you want. So this is the stitch line I have. I'll select I and there you go. Now I'll select the collar, make it white fill. There you go. And even the body I'll make it as white fill. Arrange send to back because it is coming in front of the collar. Yeah, this is pretty decent. Now I will select all of this, reflect tool on the path, create copy. There you go. So you have a proper reflection of your flat sketch. Select these two blocks, these two basic body blocks. By holding shift, I selected this two. Go to pathfinder and just click and drag this two so that it merges. Same I will do here also. So if you see, these two are different. We didn't close it here, if you remember. We didn't close it. It's open from here. Same as with this. So I'll zoom and I'm gonna select this and this path by holding shift. And if I say join, it is joined now. Now what I can do is I can just select all of this, take my shape builder tool, And let's say I'm gonna color it with something else here. So this becomes a separate shape, and I can color it with maybe grays, or for now I'm just keeping a very dark color so that it shows my back. Now this is your neckline. I'm gonna make a placket here, so I'll make a rectangle to the size like this. This is gonna be my placket. Now I'm gonna make it a little long, something like this, broad, and make sure it is in the center. Yeah. Now either you can send this to back, or you can shape it to the part that is visible here, which means if I select my white arrow and if I add an anchor point here on the necklines for the placket, and then I hold this and I delete this, and I hold this and I delete this. So these two points are exactly on my neckline. I can select these two anchor points by selecting one anchor point, holding shift, selecting this, right click and join. So this gets joined, and then I can alter the neckline here because it's at the back, so I'll keep it here till here, which doesn't make any difference here, and resize it to, so let's say this thing. I'm gonna replace it in the center. One second. Yeah. Now I'll select the colors, make arrange, bring to front. Sorry, I'll select the stitch lines also along with the colors and just select arrange, bring to front. There you go. So you have a placket ready. I will just make with a pen tool the neckline curve, which is gonna be somewhere where the stand comes. So let's say something like this. This is gonna expand here. Yeah. So my basic block of front is ready. Now the best part here is you can use your zippers and everything here to make the, what you call, detailings here. Now after this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start making zipper pullers and buttons, and how to use them by dragging them into symbols. So now we're gonna start with making buttons first. So I'll make a ellipse. I'll make Control C, Control F to copy and duplicate, and just make one more like this. So you have a buttons here. I can go to text tool and type on a part tool and just select this, and I can write whatever I want. For example, if I write Zara and I lower the strokes here, the points, and use my white arrow, and I can adjust, sorry, and I can adjust the name. I can duplicate it by pressing Alt, so you have something which reads now something like this. Okay, white arrow, select this, move it to the direction that you want. Let's keep it at opposite. You can always practice with these handles. So basically this shows the start and this shows the end. If you see, there is a black arrow mark which shows it's starting from here. So it's starting from here and it's ending here. So my start is here. See, if I move this handle, it's going to start wherever I keep. This is going to end. So if I close this end, so it's going to read only half, which I don't want. So I want to read it till full. So I'll keep it till here. Now I'm happy with this. I'll make a copy of this. Control C, Control F. Again, I'm going to shrink it. Let's say like this, or even smaller. Let's say something like this. Yeah. And I'm going to make 4 circles in the center, holding shift. So zoom in, hold it shift, yeah. Group all of this buttonholes, select this and I'm gonna align them in the center. There you go. So now I have buttons. Now if you see, I select this and I color with something and I select the smaller one. I color it, let's say something like this. Now I want this holes to be punched. So I select everything, go to my shape builder and I just press Alt and minus this small four buttonholes, which means they are transparent. You see, if I group them and if I drag it here, you can see the lace beneath because it's all transparent. It's like a hole punched. Now I go to symbols window. You can select symbols here. It's gonna look something like this, and I can drag this. So before dragging, I will just make two alternatives. So I have this here. I'm gonna ungroup this. Now I'm gonna change the color of the button to, let's say, pink. I have two options: purple to, let's say, yellow. Now I'm gonna drag this into my symbols panel and soon as this I can say button 1. Okay, select this group, drag this into this. I would say button 2. Okay, so you have two buttons as a symbols, which means I can always drag them and I can use them. See, now at times when you're gonna shrink them, this is gonna look weird. Like you see, now at my end, I have always checked scale corners, scale strokes and effects in the properties tab. When I just select the artboard, like the white blank space, you will get this option: make sure scale corners and scale strokes and effects is checked on, which means however how much smaller I make it, it's not gonna affect the sizing. It will be proportionate. Even if I make it big, it's gonna be proportionate. So I have my buttons ready. Now you can always set the button size. Let's say I'm deleting this and I'm deleting this. And I'm keeping my buttons here. I'm setting my button size here according to the flat sketch that I've made. You see what happens if I shrink it. It is showing me two plus signs, which means the text has gone. It couldn't shrink the text. So if at times if you get this error, what you can do is before making this into brushes, make sure you go to object and just say expand. Okay. Same I select this, go to object, expand. Okay. Now if I drag this into brush panel and say okay, and drag this and say okay. So these two are expanded ones. So even if I make it small, you'll not get the plus sign. So I will place it here and I'll just check my button size. Let's say I think this much is enough. Yeah. Okay. 1 second. Stop. Okay. I don't know why it's not still expanding. Now it did. Perfect. So you have your button here. I can place one button here. Place one button here. And I can just press Ctrl D so that it repeats the equal steps. Now make sure your shirt doesn't have too many buttons. So make sure it has equal spacing. So let's say I keep it here. I'll delete this. And I'm going to delete all the ones that I made because they are not of no use. I will make it big. Yeah, and let's say I keep 1 year. Once I keep 1 year, like I duplicated it by pressing Alt, I just have to press Control D to duplicate. So I'm having this 5 buttons, which is decent enough. I will hold this button and drag it into this so that it creates a symbol, and I'll keep one more copy where I'm gonna, sorry, before making it into symbol, let's create two options here. I have not yet created the symbol. I expanded the buttons. I have 2 buttons now. I'm gonna change the color of this button here. So I'm gonna ungroup this, select this. Let's say I change it to purple. So I'll press this pink button into a symbol, okay, and also select this purple one, sorry, and say okay. So you have 2 buttons. Now why we made it into a symbol is because, see, if I just select one button and I want to select all of the buttons, I can just go to select, same, symbol instance. So it just selected, so it's not a symbol, sorry, because we didn't repeat the symbol. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to copy it to here, Control D. So my symbol, which I dragged it into here, is being copied here. So now each and everything is a symbol. So I can just select one symbol, go to select, same, symbol instance. So all my symbols have been selected. Select the purple one here by clicking on it and go to options here and just say replace symbol. So it got replaced with my purple buttons. So that is why it is very easy to use symbols and to change buttons and zippers and everything. So this is how you make buttons, and you can save it here into symbols. Now I'm gonna make a puller, a zipper puller, and show you if it was a zipper in the center, not buttons, what can be done. So I'm gonna just delete all of this. So select same symbol instance, and I'm just gonna delete this. Now let's say I'm gonna make a puller. So we have your zipper teeth here. Sorry, yeah, zippers here. Let's say I'm using this zipper. So I know that zipper puller has to be the size of this. So I'll go to rectangle tool, and let's say I created a puller here. Let's say of pink color, or let's say black color. The stroke is also black. Okay, I'm gonna create this with the models. Okay, now I'm using this 4 small corners to smoothen the corners here, to round the corners, and I'm gonna make a puller. So I'll rotate this straight because I'm making a puller now. So I'm gonna take a angle again, and I'm gonna rotate this like this, pullers like this. Let's say 2 circles. Control F. Something like this, and then again ellipse. So you have all of this. Now I'll select all of this, and let's say if I rotate this and see the sizing, I think they look perfect. Yeah, let's color them white. Rectangle is also white. Arrange center back. This is also white. I'm gonna hold these 2 rectangles and I'm gonna create a shape in between them. So I'm gonna take my shape builder tool, select white, and just click in between the shapes. So this is a hollow shape which is in white. Can you see? I'll place this above this. So arrange, bring to front. Yeah, looks decent enough. So if you rotate this, if I keep it here, arrange, bring to front, this is how it's gonna look. And you can always go to Google and search for different types of zippers and pullers. I'll group this. So now I have one puller which is ready. You can make many more. I'll go to symbols, drag this puller into symbols and just say OK. So which means I can always get my pullers. Now I'll just create a straight line for my zippers. So let's say the openings are till from the neckline to the hemline like this. So I made a line. So I go to brush. I know it's a plastic zipper, so I'll just put my colored plastic zipper. The stroke is black, that is why you're seeing a black thick line. Change it to something like this, let's say white. Yeah, pretty decent. If you want to decrease the size or increase the size, you can always double click here. Preview is on, scale, so that you can just always scale it down and click OK. Apply to strokes. Yeah, perfect. And I'll go to symbols. I'll pull my zippers here, keep it here. Resize this also according to the proportion of the zippers. And I can make it, let's say, this thing here. So now my shirt has a zipper. You can always see. For the end, you can always make two blocks, I would say. How a zipper end looks like this, and which has no fill, or I can say white fill, and has a black stroke. Yeah, and just lower this. That's it. So this is how you make your zippers with pullers, and you can always use this. Now see why we made all of these laces and all this, because it becomes very easy. For example, if I have a lace at my hem, sleeve hem, so I'll just create a line, which is I would say a black in color, and just select my lace panel here, the lace that we created, and voila, there we go. We have a lace. Same I can do with my hemline also. So if I have a common hemline, like I have this common anchor point here, and then I have one here, holding shift and pressing all of select. I don't see control F, so you get this curve. Just press this lace pattern and just drag it down and increase the things to wherever you want. So you have your lace also now. You can also make laces here. There you go. I can turn it so that it can be upside down. So this is how you give details. Now, for example, at times you might have gathers. So to make gathers, what I can do is I can simply use my pencil tool and just make gathers like this. And select all of this, drag them into your brush panel, say pattern brush, okay, okay, and there you go. You have your gathers here. Double click this, size, make the size smaller. You can increase the spacing if you want, like say 10%, apply to strokes. So you have your gathers here. So for example, there are gathers from a panel here. I can create my stitch lines here of a panel and I can just apply my gathers. And there you go. I can duplicate this, not give the strokes here, just give a basic. So black, thin line, and I can just basic. So that is how I can give gathers. You can also give gathers manually by just, for example, if there's a panel here and you want to give manual gathers, you can always go and use your pen tool to give the gathers manually. My mouse is not that sensitive, or I can just use a pen tool and just say you give gathers like this, press enter, or you use your pen tools and scribble and then line, scribble and then line. You can also make something like rounded thing and lines, rounded thing and lines, something like this to give gather effects. So I think I'm gonna stop it here because it's too much for you all to start with flat sketches and how to make brushes and how to utilize symbols. Now what I want you all to do is learn practicing this. Now why I used a template is because see this is how proportion it is. If I group them, so I know that this is my proportions. I can duplicate the same thing and I can make the back. You can always go and search for the back image of this lady. So in this image you will see there's a back. Yeah, so you see that there's a normal folded collar. See this? You can make the yoke, and that is how you can create the back. Copying the same thing, remove the collars, remove the pockets, making a yoke, stitch lines. Yeah. So I hope this helps you out, and I'm glad that we are having online sessions. Hope this helps because you can always come and see this and learn. Yep. Have a great day. Thank you.